Today we are going to my question is comment on the teaching of poetry. Now, answer is poetry is one of the most important aspects of English literature. Many critics have defined the concept of the poetry as the best word in the best form. Poetry has a synthetic sense, beauty, and emotion all beautifully mixed in rhyme. It is the duty of teacher to reveal the beauty of such composition to the class and touch the emotional aspect of the children. The prose and other aspects may help to develop intellectual aspect, but since poetry many times is a personal experience and personal form of expression can be a test treated on a different plan as an experience too. Poetry has depth and can arouse passion about English language. There are of courses diverse opinions regarding teaching of poetry as understanding poetry needs culture social and religion background of the poet and surrounding. It is totally different from Indian culture, hence, Indian students find great difficulty in grasping the meaning of poetry in the right spirit. But despite teaching of poetry brings freshness and variety in English teaching. As poetry is the music of thought conveyed to us in the music of language. So, poetry widens our vision and thoughts. It helps to enhance the emotional level of child which has a strong impact on its personality. When the child enters nursery level, the syllabus is full of nursery rhymes and song and Recreation plays important role in pre-primary stage. In that stage, singing helps to release child's hidden emotional face. His presentation skill and dramatizing skill of the tender age. The rhyme musical except rings in the child's mind for a long time and has a smoothing effect. It also develops assessing qualities of children and helps to build a power of appreciation and sense of judgment. Since poetry is a very higher types of expression while learning it, the teacher types of art and skill and unlike prose on no meanings, no grammar, no structures or structure form should be a types of art and skill and unlike prose on no meaning, no grammar or structure forms should be discussed. Instead of discussing the word meaning or paragraphing, the poem beauty and mystic elements, the personal touch part of the poet should be brought out of the teacher. By the teacher, it should be done with the religion, social experience reference in the story form. All these things should be told to make it more interesting and thrilling. The teacher should prepare all these things and plan in these mind symbol and figures of speech. Various illustration given it should be given with the musical effect approach or total different style should be adopted to create the right types of atmosphere which themes of poetry is to generate pleasure and love. Hence, only these elements which are related to poetry should be discusses and the student should be told to maintain silence to grasp the meaning and its beauty. Simultaneously, the class too can repeat and sing the poem to enhance its beauty while reacting the poem, its rhyming effect should be maintained. Poetry as a prose reading and reading of poetry is totally different from each other. The teacher should always also try to avoid spoon feeding while reacting a poem and explaining its meaning word by word to the class. The concept of the poem should never be discussed in different parts. The poem should not be divided into parts, but the complete poem and its effect should be explained in one tone, and if all stanzas are to be discussed, proper care should be taken. While teaching poem, the teacher should try to avoid charts or pictures to explain any idea which is present in the poem. The poet's personal touch. His point of view can be explained in the beginning before discussing the poem, but the teacher should avoid summarizing the poem as far as possible. Thank you.